And salutations, my name is John Johnson and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Ocarina Time. Now you may be asking yourself, John, what are you doing back in the Forest Temple? Well, you see, I forgot something here. The heart container. I can't believe I actually did that. Didn't actually know I even forgot it until it was pointed out to me on the last episode of the Forest Temple. It was mentioned in the comments that I forgot to get the heart container. I've recorded an episode since then, so now we had to come back and get it, and I'm sorry, I'm a fool. I am a foolish fool, and I apologize greatly. But that's what we need to do here. I will see you guys back where we left off last episode. I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, and we are back here in Goron City. Now, let's go into Darunia's room, which we opened up in the last episode, so we can continue and forget whatever happened before now, like forgetting to get the sculpture on the rooftop in Kokiri, in Kakariko, and then forgetting to get the heart container. Admittedly, the heart container is quite a bit worse. Yes, Navi, we know we're going to die. It's okay. We do, in fact, have the Goron tunic, which we got in the last episode. Also, I do feel like I need to apologize a little bit for being a bit scatterbrained in the last episode. Not really sure what was up with that, to be perfectly honest with you. But, this is several days later, so hopefully things will go a little bit more smoothly this time. And we get to hear Sheik's music again. It is something that grows over time, a true friendship. A feeling in the heart that becomes even stronger over time. The passion of friendship will soon blossom into a righteous power, and through it, you will know which way to go. This song is dedicated to the power of the heart. Listen to the Bolero of fire. Probably one of my favorite songs in the entire game, actually, so I'm going to shut up and let you guys actually hear it. Also, yes, I realize how stupid it is that I've said that about pretty much every song up till now. Shut up. Also, I should probably start talking before I'm gonna end up getting friggin' Nintendo claimed again. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite songs. I know I've said that 100 times. I'm sorry. I really liked the music in this game made me the musician I am. I mean, I kind of have to say that about pretty much every song here. I know it's stupid, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but it just is. It's just that good, really. And Sheik disappears in a flash once more. Where all that fire go? Well, that's a stupid question. I was about to ask where all the fire came from, then I remembered I'm literally inside of a volcano. So, my guess would be somewhere from there. Okay, now that we're done, before we actually head off into the fire temple, which we could do right now, we're actually gonna go back to the Temple of Time and come back here as a kid. Now that we have the song to teleportate here to the Temple of, or the Death Mountain Crater, we can actually come here as a kid and do something real quick. I guess, you know, actually no, I don't think you can do this till you get the song, because I don't think you can get over this area as a kid without teleporting. Which I don't know if I mentioned that, but you can actually teleport as, yeah, we've done it on screen. Shut up, John, stop being stupid. Stop it right now. I'll maybe hit you in the head with a nose paper. What, John? You know, you know, sometimes I really worry about myself. Given that I essentially talk to myself all the time throughout these LPs, but still, when you mix up the words newspaper and nosepaper, one of which isn't actually even a word, by the way, you kind of have to be concerned. Okay, so let's warp to their Death Mountain Crater and do some stuff and some things. Yes, we'll warp to Death Mountain Crater. There's actually really only one thing we do here as a kid, since we already got a heart piece here earlier in the game, as well as a certain gold spirula. But this time we're actually going to go get another gold spirula. Where is it? I only have such a amount of time. Oh, there it is, right there. Make sure I'm right on the thing. Luckily, it doesn't count down the time during the cutscene here, so that's good. Come on, buggy bugs, hurry up! No! Oh, thank God. I thought I was gonna lose them again. I don't want to lose my bugs, my precious bugs. My bugs. God, that accidental reference to Nightmare Before Christmas there, I guess. Yay, with that we get another gold sculpture. It should be gold sculpture number 57. I am not going to check, I promise. Although I really want to, I'm not. I'm really trying to break that habit. Okay, we plant the bean there. That's actually all we need to do here. So let's hurry up and get out of here before we die a horrible fiery death. Because horrible fiery deaths are something to be avoided 90% of the time. That other 10%, very specific situations, but they do arise. Never seen one personally, but I'm sure it exists. It exists, I'm sure. Anyways. And now we get to go be an adult again! And go back to the Death Mountain Crater. I will see you guys back at the Death Mountain Crater. See you guys in a minute. And we are back at the lovely Death Mountain Crater. Where our bean, despite being an extremely I mean, think about it. It's hot enough here that Link will die if he doesn't wear this special suit. Yet somehow it's perfectly okay and understandable for a plant to grow and thrive. Not really sure how that works, but whatever. I'm not a, what's the word for people who study plants? I don't remember. You gotta beat him high, the fire collector. 2 more pieces, you will gain more life energy and hopefully more wisdom so you can remember what the frick, whoop, in the lava. That was not what I meant to do. Hopefully you will gain more wisdom from getting more heart pieces. That way you will remember not to jump into lava and die horrible fiery deaths, which I mentioned 90% of the time. Bad things. Bad things. Anyways, let's get started with the actual fire temple finally. Oh, look. I actually grabbed onto the... That was kind of accidentally cool. Didn't really mean to grab onto the ladder like that, but hey, it works. Alright. The fire temple. Now, a few things about the fire temple... fire temper? Yeah, fire temper. A few things about the fire temple starting out, which we'll actually have to wait because we're about to talk to an old friend. Look at there! He hasn't aged a day. Who's there? Is that you, Link? I don't know why I made him into friggin' Randy Savage for a second. Oh, it really is Link. You've grown so big since I last saw you. Are you my dad? I really hope not. I want to have a man-to-man talk with you, but now's not the time. Ganondorf is causing trouble on Death Mountain again. He has revived the evil ancient dragon Volvagia. On top of that, he is going to feed my people to that evil dragon, as a warning to other races that might resist him. That goes a little bit beyond just a warning. I mean, I feel like warnings are usually more of the verbal type, more than, you know, feeding an entire race to a dragon. That seems a little bit beyond just warning. I will go on ahead and try to seal up the evil dragon. I'm concerned, though, because I don't have the legendary hammer. But I have no choice. Link, I'm asking you to do this as my sworn brother. While I'm trying to deal with the dragon, please save my people. The prisoner cells are in the opposite direction. I'm counting on you. That's also a very deceptive piece of text right there, and I'll get to that in a minute. And yet somehow he goes through the boss door, even though he doesn't have a key, but whatever. I guess he's special and we're not. He says that all the cells are in the opposite direction, but actually, the very first cell you can get and need to get is right here in this room. So kind of a little bit, oh, that's lava. Kind of a little bit of trickery there from the game developers. Also, the lava here, you don't actually die immediately like you do the lava in the Death Mountain Crater. You can actually survive in it pretty long with the red tunic on, the Goron tunic. Anyways, here's our first Goron. We're going to be coming across a lot of Gorons throughout this temple as we release them. Yay, so that they don't get ate up by a dragon. He will tell us a secret. In order to get into the room where Darunia went, you have to do something about the pillar stuck in the ceiling. Find a path that leads to a room above the ceiling right away. That is actually pretty much the entire focus of the temple, is knocking down a pillar, which I will try and look at here in a minute. But more importantly, he gives the key. Each Goron you unlock. I guess that does technically make sense. The pillar you're talking about is that right there. Very long, very, very tall pillar. Each Goron that you do unleash from their binding there will either tell you something semi-useful, or actually will, a lot of them will end up giving you, there'll be chests behind them for whatever reason. They'll give you keys, lava, lava, lava. Yeah, you can see I stayed in the lava that long and it never even actually hurt me. Now what I'm trying to do is get over here because there are actually a bunch of fairies and stuff, but actually, I got 2 fairies. I don't really need to go over there, but if you hook right onto that and jump onto that pillar right there, there's a bunch of pots there with fairies and other useful crap. But we don't really need them right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's continue on. So what I was saying a while ago, though, before Darunia actually interrupted me, kind of, the Fire Temple, it's a sensitive subject to talk about, but the Fire Temple was one of the few things that got censored in this game, along with the shield design and the original Gerudo symbol, which I've mentioned already in the Deku Tree episode, I believe. I had to remember the song of time for a second. There's the word. Reverse, rewind, whatever. One of the few things that actually got censored was the temple of the fire temple music. Why do you get your little blocky butt down here, Mr. Block of Time? I must have been standing in the place it was supposed to spawn. There we go. The original Fire Temple music, which honestly I prefer over the Fire Temple music here because it almost seems like there's a lack of Fire Temple music. It's very ambient, even more so than the Forest Temple and the other temples are. Not a big fan of it, to be perfectly honest with you. Also, lots of tiles, so just kind of sit here and hold shield while I explain all this and wait for the tiles to die. I really like the original Fire Temple music, and I'm not going to play it because of why it was censored. It was censored because it is extremely close to an Islamic chant that is reserved especially for uses of faith. I believe it's a prayer chant if I remember right, but please correct me if I'm wrong. And for it to be used for anything except faith is actually extremely disrespectful to that religion, which is why I'm not going to play it for this. But if you do want to hear it, there's actually a very well done video by the Game Theorist, which I will link to an annotation, that explains it and explains what it is, why it is offensive, and why they censored it and all that, and does actually play it for you to hear while it's being explained. So I will link to that and let you guys watch it. It's a very interesting video that I highly suggest you check out, just because it's really cool. But like I said, I do like the original Fire Temple music better. It's kind of funny because the cartridge version of this game that I have, I bought it off of eBay in box, and it's actually the second version cartridge that came out. I think the second version that still has that the original. Still has. Why can I not talk today? Still has the non-censored version of it. That's the thing I'm trying to word right now. Still has the original Fire Temple music. Still has the other two major edits that most versions of Ocarina of Time these days don't have. Those are two. There's one more which we won't cover until the very end of the game. It's actually very minor. The two I've already mentioned are really the important ones if you want to get down to it. Also, I am on fire. Fire does not do near as much damage to you when you're like when you are in the red Goron tuning. By the way, just so you know. Oh, that's lava. Let's try and get out of here. It will still damage you, just very slowly. And of course, the Keese and everything else will damage you. Although I think actually they don't damage you as much. Ow, I'm still on fire. I don't think fire in general will damage you quite as much. Bah! Ha! Ha! His buddy got scared and ran away. How adorable. Alright, so here's something you 2D Zelda fans will probably remember. It's kind of a tradition from 2D Zelda that to tell where to bomb the wall, usually they're not always this obvious, by the way. You can actually hit on the wall, and it makes a noise, but if you hit a bomb the wall, it makes another kind of weird noise. Okay, good job, Link. That one in particular is pretty obviously bombable. You know, you're not gonna have many problems figuring out that that's a bombable wall. But sometimes they're not, and having the sword tink, as I always called it as a kid, is actually extremely useful. Are you releasing me? Yes, they all say the same thing. What secret do you want? What secret do you have for me for releasing you and keeping you from dying a horrible digesty death? There are switches in this table that you had to cut. Yeah, okay. Actually, those become relevant later on, so I guess useful. I don't know. It's weird when you play through this game as many times as I have. Some of the things that are actually useful when you first play through the game become kind of annoying, like listening to the Goron's text and all that. And I think you do actually have to do that, or else they won't count them as released. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like the Navi. Navi's not really that annoying when you first play through this game, but when you've played through it more than one time, it just gets really annoying. Especially like in the Deku tree, for example. She tells you how to climb up walls and open doors and all that. And yeah, it's extremely annoying when she does that because you're like, I know how to do this. I've played through this game before. But the first time you play through the game, you don't know how to open doors necessarily. You don't know the controls. I mean, it's completely understandable that Navi tells you that. But at this point, so many people have played through this game, and so many people have played through it multiple times, that the idea of not knowing how to open doors in a Zelda game is just completely foreign at this point, and it's just kind of like annoying as all get out. I should probably be explaining some of what I'm doing, by the way. The Fire Temple is, I mentioned it in the Forest Temple, there is a step up in difficulty in these adult dungeons, if you want to call them that. But that said, you know, between doing practice rounds and everything else, they're not that bad, really. The one particular dungeon that everybody knows, and it's coming up here very, very soon, that everybody, well, I don't want to say everybody hates it, that most people don't enjoy, I'll put it like that. I still have problems with to this day, to be perfectly honest with you. I still have issues with that particular dungeon. No, get away, Slug! Slug's always scared the crap out of me as a kid. Well, not scared. Disturbed, I guess would be a better word. Yeah, that particular dungeon's coming up, and I'm sure you guys are just so excited. I know I'm not. You heard me. I have to remember how to fraggin' get up there. Let's see. Can I? I cannot. I don't remember how to get up there now. It's been a little while since I did my practice file. Longer than I try and wait, but it's mainly just because of work and what have you. Which I don't want to complain about too much because you guys. Wait, can I just jump over there? Oh, look at that! You can. That does not look like a jump you can make. Okay. See, I'm just friggin' worried about nothing. Shut up, John. Stop being stupid again. It's the second time in this episode I've had to remind myself to not be an idiot. Sometimes you just gotta give yourself a little reminder, you know? Sometimes things just happen. Okay, let's just leave it at that. But yeah, I don't know. I've said it before. Man, I keep saying I've mentioned it before, or I've said it before. I need to just stop repeating myself. I don't know why I have such a problem with that. But, I don't know. It's hard to find time to do this. Oh, I'm gonna blow myself up. I would rather not, really. What we need to do is drop this bomb right there, and then go ahead and jump up here. That's actually what the Goron was talking about with the you can blah 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 blah, and use the Goron special crop to delay it, basically, so that it gives you enough time to climb up there without the flame coming back on. Something I have noticed about playing this game, when I'm recording, I have to turn my TV down so that the mic doesn't pick it up. And while I can still hear it some, I don't really hear it all that well, to be honest with you. That's a boulder. This room has killed me before, by the way. It can be quite annoying because of these boulders. There we go. See? Like this one. This one's not quite as obvious, but you have the bomb right here. That's where that noise comes in handy. And this is another gold sculpture. I'm actually not entirely sure which one this is. Should be 59. I am gonna check this one. I'm limiting myself to checking once per episode. If I can only check, yeah, 59, just to make sure I'm on track. I can check once per episode. That's a boulder. Let's try to avoid that. Let's see. I need to go this way next. Correct? Yes. And we have yet another Goron to unleash. Makes it sound like they're like destroying something when I say unleash. Uncage? Free? Freedom! I am William Wallace of the Gorons. Yes, now what secret do you have to tell us for blar de blar de lar de blar? When you are on fire, you can put it out by swinging your sword or by rolling forward. That's actually extremely useful. As I mentioned earlier in this episode, 90% of the time, being on fire is a bad thing. So, good to know that we can put ourselves out. Although, when you're on fire, do you really have the cognitive ability to think, man, I need to roll forward? Which I know when I was a kid, I don't know if they still teach this in schools, but do they still teach, like, stop, drop, and roll? Because I think, wasn't that, like, discovered to be an incredibly ineffective technique for putting yourself out when you're on fire? I don't know. I honestly don't know for sure if it was proven wrong or ineffective or what. But, I mean, I know that it definitely seems like it'd be very ineffective, to be honest with you. Get away! Oh, this is a dead end. Well, then. That did me literally no good. I'm trying to go over here. Right? Yeah, there we go. I knew there was another Goron here somewhere. Alright, what you got to say, Mr. Goron? What you got to say? I'll tell you a secret for saving me. We know. In this temple, there are doors that fall down when you try to open them. When one of these doors starts to move. Okay. Okay. Now, I'll admit, the rest of the advice that these Gorons have given me so far, Admittedly, not the greatest advice, but advice nonetheless. Legitimate, logical advice. If you're advised to tell me to move when something's trying to fall on me, that's not advice, man. That's general survival techniques that everybody should know. Ow. Kind of like getting out of the way of a boulder when it's moving towards you. But, I mean, I couldn't really do much at that particular time. Alright, they're actually done this room for right now, I do believe. Hopefully. So let's continue on here. Oh, and here we are with some danger. I'm not even going to bother about them hearts. Nope, not even going to worry about it. Not even going to worry about it. Let's get our bow and arrow out, because surprised we don't already have it out, to be honest with you. The bow and arrow is one of those items I tend to keep on a button at all times. Usually I notice my major button configuration is bow and arrow, ocarina, and hookshot are like the 3 major items. Oh, please don't fall. Oh, actually, before it happens, because I know it's probably going to, I'm going to start using this more and more often on places like this. There's actually a place later on the dungeon, or temple, whatever you want to call it, where Furor's Wind right here is extremely useful and highly advised. I'm actually surprised that I haven't really used Furor's Wind that much up until this point, or up until this LP, and I'm kind of surprised I didn't, to be honest with you, because it's extremely useful. Just to be straight up honest, it's extremely useful. Definitely going to have to start using that more often in my actual playthroughs. And we got the dungeon map, so that's awesome. We can actually see where the crap we're going now. And let's take a look at that there dungeon map. You can see the dungeon's pretty big, 5 floors, but you can see each floor is actually not that large, so don't really have to worry about that much. Now, to be honest though, there is one particular, well, I guess technically 2 rooms, but one area of the temple that is extremely well hidden. When I was going through my practice file, I actually remember, I was thinking about it, I was like, did I ever even do this as a kid? Which, I mean, I know I had to because, again, 100% of the game, at least a few times when I was a kid. Well, I say kid, young teenager, more or less. When I was a kid and played this game, I know I did 100% it, and I probably, yeah, that's fire. Don't jump right into the fire, you idiot. Yeah, the fire will chase. Link, he fights fires with his face. The manliest of men. And that's lava. Let's try and avoid that. Yeah, the fire will actually chase you throughout this room, unless you smack it with your face, in which case, I think it actually, yeah, it still comes, but it's significantly slower. Normally, it's just nipping your heels the entire time, but one good face slap, and that's done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Now, if you don't want to go through the narrow passages down there to get the dungeon map, you can actually jump over right here and get it. Don't actually jump, Link. That said, probably best to just go the normal way and get it, because you're still going to have to traverse the dangers anyways, so why not do it now? Let's, whoa, that was a weird little earthquakey thing. What, you're not dead? Die. Thank you. What do you want, Navi? Navi? Thank you. Link, I hear Goron voices down below. I'm slowly, like, trying to make her in a Fiyah from Skyward Sword or something. So, again, pretty obvious bombable thing. You notice the gold sculpture, though, the only real optional bombable wall is the one that wasn't very obvious. I don't know if I'd call that good game design, but it's certainly not bad game design. The fact that they don't make you try that it's hidden very well, but it's optional is I guess a good thing. Yes, we're releasing you. Yeah, what other useful advice do you have? This is actually a shortcut whenever you fall somewhere or something like that. You can climb back up that grate. Makes things a whole lot easier so you don't have to traverse the entire arrow back. Yeah, some dancing creatures that might need some of the Goron special we know, although that's honestly not the way I beat those things. But hey, whatever. Whatever. The enemies he's actually talking about, I guess you can call this dungeon's mini-boss, but there are actually several of them in the dungeon. So we'll see them several times and be able to hone our technique. I'm not sure what the most efficient way of fighting them is. I should wait till we actually get to the enemy before I start blabbering about it. Alright, so let's climb back up this grate here and see what we got left to do. We're probably a little bit less than halfway through the dungeon already. Been going pretty good so far. Oh, and the slug is back, and it's waiting on me. Go away. Go away, Mr. Slug. Oh. Let's get away from the grate. Wow, not a single hit that entire time. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that's done. If you haven't noticed already, we're actually on top of the maze area we were in earlier below. So if you fall, it's actually not a huge deal. Can we make that jump? Let's try it. Yes. No, no, no. Bad Slug. Bad Mr. Slug. You die and you die good. You die well. That's proper English. Let's jump over here and hit the switch, and it unlocks that there Goron. We are our Goron freeing rate is quite high today. Yes, I feel like we're being very productive in releasing the Gorons. I don't believe that switch is timed or anything, so you don't have to worry about going slow or anything. I used to think that you had to, so I'd always kill these slugs first and then hit the switch. But it was actually in my practice file I realized that it wasn't timed. So you can just kind of take your sweet time before coming over here and talking to Mr. Goron. Speaking of, what do you have to say, Mr. Goron? That's going to be the name of this episode. Mr. Goron. What do you have to say, Mr. Goron? If you find a place that you can see on the map but can't reach, try playing your Ocarina. That's actually an extremely useful advice. Probably the most useful that any Goron will get. And we're going to do that here in just a minute. It's actually something in this room he's talking about. Way back at the beginning. I mentioned earlier that there's a secret room, or a set of secret rooms, secret area of the temple, that I don't remember very well from being a kid, because I think I only did it like 1 or 2 times maybe, or however many times 100% of this. I'm honestly not entirely sure. I think twice, maybe 2 or 3 times. I think I said more. I think I said like 5 or something when I started the LP, but thinking back on it, I think I may have lied a little bit. What this actually is the Scarecrow song, so let's play that. Sweet. And once we play that there Scarecrow song, we get none other than, excuse me, that's not English, Pierre himself, and we are able to hookshot on up to him. Yay! And this is what he was talking about. If you see an area in the room on our map, or an area in the dungeon on our map that we haven't been able to get to, we can just play our Ocarina and come talk to Pierre here. A very oddly shaped elevator that we can jump on. Kind of plays a little bit of a visual trick on your mind there. Good old polygons, man. Good old polygons. Alright, and secret elevator brings us to first this room, which does have a Scarecula in it. I believe it's up front. This room's actually kind of filler, I guess you could call it. It doesn't really have anything in it, to be honest with you, except for one particular gold sculpture. 1 arrow, and you're dead. Should be gold sculpture number 60? Yes, 60. Yeah, we know it's a gold sculpture token. We've gotten a few of them already. We know. We know. It's okay. There we go. And once you get through this room, there's actually yet another gold sculpture right in the room next to it. Right there. So let's get that gold sculpture. Now this is yet another place in this dungeon that I do suggest using Ferrer's Wind. Because if you do fall, you can actually see very close to the edge. That's actually the area with the really narrow pathway, and then below that actually is the big area we first entered in the dungeon. So if you fall, it's a long fall, man, and it'll do some damage. On top of that, you'll have to walk all the way back up here. So let's dispel this warp point. Make sure not to return to it, that would be bad. And then reload it. Now, there is actually a prize up here, and this is kind of annoying. The prize itself isn't actually all that great, it's just rubies. But it's in a chest, and, well, you guys know how I am about chests. So we're gonna try and get this. If I don't get it the first try, I'm probably just gonna speed up or cut to whenever I get it. The trick is to get fairly high up here, and then hookshot onto this. No, hookshot. Oh, okay, I've already screwed this up. Hookshot onto that there crooked thing. You gotta be really quick with the aiming. That's where it gets you. That's where it gets you. So let's try this again. One more time, and then I'm cutting, because we gotta end this episode. It's gonna end up getting a little too long there. So let's try this again. Now, if you go too high, you actually start sliding, which is really bad. There we go. Okay. Now be quick. No. Ah! Right at the... Alright, I'm gonna cut to whenever I actually get to do this successfully. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, that really wasn't all that bad, actually. I got it on the next try. Yeah, and we get a huge ruby. It's worth 200 rubies, so that's pretty awesome. That's actually it. We're gonna call it right there, because the episode's getting kind of long, and we're probably not quite halfway, but right at about halfway through the dungeon. As always, like if you like, leave a comment, tell me what I did right, what I did wrong, subscribe if you want to see more, and please share with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you watch more. I'll see you next time, and let's play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Fire Temple Edition, 360 no scope, awesome. Yeah. Did Link just sigh at me? How dare you?